Okay, so let's dive right in. We're looking at something pretty wild today. It's a story about one of AI's biggest, most fundamental problems, and how the solution might just be another AI. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like scientists are fighting fire with fire. So just imagine this for a second. You're a brilliant researcher. You're using an AI to sort through an unbelievable amount of genetic data. I mean, a task that would take a human years. But what if that AI, with absolute confidence, just makes something up? This isn't some far-off hypothetical problem. It's a huge roadblock for science right now. The official term for this is AI hallucination. And you know what? A great way to think about it is like a student who has no idea what the answer is on a test. So what do? They write this long, elaborate, super confident-sounding, but completely fabricated response. The difference here, though, is that the stakes are so much higher. And this really isn't just some minor glitch we can patch up. This tendency for AI to hallucinate is seriously one of the single biggest hurdles holding it back from being used and trusted in our most critical fields. Think about it. In biomedical research, everything, and I mean everything, has to be accurate. One single made-up fact or a misleading connection that an AI spits out could send an entire team of scientists down a completely wrong path. We're talking millions of dollars wasted, and more importantly, years of precious time just gone. Time that could have been spent finding real cures. But what if we could build an AI specifically designed to prevent this? Well, that's where the hero of our story comes in. Let's meet a brand new tool called GeneAgent. GeneAgent is fresh out of the labs at the U.S. National Institutes of Health, the NIH, and it's a really cutting-edge AI built to tackle this hallucination problem head-on, especially in the super complex world of genomics. And the NIH really nails its purpose right here. GeneAgent's whole job is to help researchers make sense of these massive, overwhelming piles of genetic data. You know, to find the hidden patterns and the biological pathways that tell us exactly how a disease works, and maybe, just maybe, how we can stop it. So this brings us to the really cool part, the core innovation. What makes GeneAgent so special isn't just that it can come up with ideas. It's that it has a built-in skeptic. It's basically a self-checking AI. The way it works is just brilliant. First, GeneAgent comes up with an idea, a potential insight about how some genes might be working together. But then, in this is the absolute key, it doesn't just hand it over. Nope. It becomes its own detective. It automatically starts scanning trusted, expert-reviewed scientific databases, hunting for evidence to prove or disprove its own idea. Only after it's done that does it give you the verified result. And this is what makes it a real game changer. Your standard large language models, or LLMs, they can get trapped in what we call circular reasoning. They get way too confident in their own answers without any kind of reality check. GeneAgent, though, it has that fact checker built right in, and it uses trusted, human-curated data as its ultimate source of truth. Okay, so an AI that fact-checks itself sounds amazing, right? It sounds like the dream. But a great idea is one thing. You've got to see if it actually works in the real world. So the team at NIH put it through its paces. And really, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is this just a clever concept, or is this a tool that could actually change the face of science? Well, here's your answer. An incredible 92%. When actual human experts reviewed GeneAgent's work, they found that its own self-assessments, its ability to tell if it was right or wrong, were accurate 92% of the time. That is a stunningly high level of reliability. And to put that number into perspective, just look at this. That 92% accuracy, that represents, and I'm quoting the researchers here, a notable advance over the standard models when they're used for this kind of specialized, high-stakes work. This isn't just a tiny improvement. It is a massive leap forward. So what does this all mean for the future? I mean, this is bigger than just one cool piece of tech. This could really signal a whole new era for how we do scientific research. And you've got to know, this wasn't just some clean, sterile lab experiment. They threw this tech right into the thick of it, applying it to messy, complex, real-world biological problems using data from mouse melanoma cells. The impact here is so real and tangible. By reliably making sense of all this complicated data, GeneAgent can help scientists pinpoint the exact biological pathways that are driving a disease. That knowledge then helps create new drugs. And in the melanoma study, it even helped them uncover brand new gene functions that could be critical for cancer research. Which brings us to this one final, really powerful thought. We started this whole conversation with the problem of AI, well, lying. But if we've now built an AI that can reliably check its own work in a field as ridiculously complex as genomics, then what does that unlock for us? What other massive, complicated problems in science, in medicine, and everywhere else can we finally start to trust AI to help us solve? That's the huge question GeneAgent leaves us with. And honestly, the possibilities are just incredibly exciting to think about.